Good evening, everybody, and I just want to welcome y'all to Kings and Queens of Porn. And tonight, my special guest is Thor, and of course, I have my lovely co-host Alexa Gray with me. Are we all here, guys?
And we're here.
I'm here. This is a three-way then?
Yeah, we're having a three-way tonight, y'all.
You know how much you like three-way store.
I love three-ways. I've got a lot of stories about those.
I bet, and you seem like the outdoor type.
I am. I love the outdoors. You know, I grew up being a country boy, so sleeping in the dirt and stuff is nothing different to me.
I see. My friend was here actually when I called you to do an interview, and she's like, "Kelly, he's hot," and I'm like, "Oh my goodness." She's like, "Pick that guy. Look he's carrying that big log on his shoulder." And I just thought, so I'm sure she's tuned in at home because she was all excited, you know, and I was just like, oh my God. She was like, "Look at him." And I was just like, wow. I said, "You sure you don't want to do the interview with me?" She's like, no, I'll be listening.
Oh, her name is Kelly?
Huh?
You said her name was Kelly?
Yes, my name is Kelly Co. But we'll shout out to Valerie because she's the one that, you know, she was all about picking you.
Oh, okay. Well, fantastic. I'm glad you girls are having me here.
I am too. So Alexa was all about, she's actually the one that gave me your name.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Alexa's, you still there, babe?
Yeah, I'm here, baby. How's it going?
Oh, okay. Yeah, she's a beautiful girl. I've worked with her a couple times now. It's always great to see her come in from Canada.
Yeah, it was great seeing you last week. It was definitely a nice catch-up for us, and very pleasurable, I might add.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I had fun with you. I always have fun with you.
Me too. It's always a pleasure. You're one of the most beautiful girls I ever met, and I always look forward to working with you.
Oh, you're such a sweetheart. She Kelly paid him to say that, right?
Right? So this was the Vegas trip, right?
Mhm. Yeah, I just got back on last Saturday, so not even a week yet. So
how was it?
It was amazing. It was really good. I was down there for 9 days and got a lot of work done, which was fantastic. And of course, you know, everybody knows how much I love doing that. I got to work with Thor again, which was always a pleasure. And I had a lot of fun.
So Thor, how did you say how did you wake up one day and say, "Hey, I just want to be a porn star," or was because like what happened?
Well, I mean, that's like there's a true story behind that. And honestly, I've always wanted to do porn ever since I was a kid.
For real?
Yeah, for real. I had found my stepdad's porn stash, and it was a magazine back in the 90s called Fox. And back then, that was like the most hardcore magazine that was being produced. It showed like full penetration and everything. And I still have the magazine to this day. I stole it from my stepdad when we moved away. There's a centerfold, and there's these two girls with these huge fake tits. And there's an Italian guy, and he's got great hair, he's got nice abs, and he had a big dick. And he was like fucking both of them at the same time. And I said, that's what I want to do when I grow up, and that's who I want to be when I grow up. And ever since then, I always wanted to do adult films.
So you just made the ginger come out and said, "I'm going to be the ginger Italian guy."
Yeah, well, it kind of fell into place because, I kept putting it off because originally, after that, I wanted to be a movie actor. And, through drama and stuff, they told you, you're going to be blacklisted if you do adult videos and if you do anything, so I kept putting it off, and I never wound up trying to, do movies or anything, so I just wound up working construction jobs and stuff like that, so I eventually said, you know what, fuck it, and just started posting videos, and then they just, went crazy and became pretty successful.
Well, I'm sure, like, nothing, it's okay to ask whatever I want. So is it a sex thing, too? Like, you love sex? Or was it just the idea of seeing the sex in the magazine? Because I think we all come across, like, that was my first thing. I found a stash of porn magazines, too. And I was just like, damn, what is this? You know what I mean? Like, I think we all, as little kids, find, like, But see, I didn't find, like, a normal... I found cartoon ones.
Oh yeah, I saw that too.
Yeah,
Saw that too.
and I was just like, what the hell? So, but how did, what was it that, I mean, of course you get paid for it, but I mean, was it a whole thing where, because some guys tell me it's, the thing of sex, that they like to have sex with different women, and, one guy told me, I forgot what it was, that he wanted to hit every race of women there was, every nationality. I was just like, okay.
Of course I love sex. I'm probably a sex addict, to be honest, because before I was doing porn, I was still hitting every race there was, and I've always liked a wide variety of women. I like them all. I like tall, short, thin, big. Black, white, it doesn't matter. I like all women. And, but the porn thing is like, I always wanted to be famous. I always wanted to be known. And I think that's kind of why I wanted to be a movie star after, the whole, I quit wanting to do the porn thing when I was young, because it was a taboo thing, it's filthy and no one's going to respect you. So I looked towards, well, what else could I do to be famous? That everybody would be able to watch me on film and see me and know who I am. So I think it's like this sort of recognition. That's what I really like out of it, other than the sex. I mean, the sex obviously is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that. I think what it is, I think that kind of is what got me to do the radio show, because I was so tired of people knocking it down and being like, oh, you shouldn't talk about that. And I mean, come on now, you see, I just watched a series that, my mom, oh God, she was with me, and she, has to hide her head behind the book, like every sex scene there is. And she picks, she told my kids, she was like, yeah, I'm watching this series with your mom, and I've never seen so much sex in my life. And I just started busting out laughing. And my son looks at me. Now, I've always been not open to as weird, but I mean, I've never hid sex for my kids. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't want them to be me. My mom sheltered me like crazy. So it was like, I had to, I didn't want them to be like that, because that's not good at all. And I told my son, I said, yeah, Grandma, I think saw her first threesome on TV. And he started busting out laughing. He's like, Ma, no, you didn't. I said, well, I didn't know it was on the show. You know what I mean? And she just put her head behind the book. You know what I mean? I said, but, I mean, yeah, there's a level of respect. I understand that. But, I mean, it wasn't, but, I mean, that's on television. You know what I'm saying? So never mind, like, and I said, I can't deal with how you can't judge somebody by the career they do.
Yeah.
I think
and
that's what...
changing,
Exactly. And I think that's what was bothering me, because I've only been doing it a little bit over a year, doing the interviews, and I don't judge people. You know what I mean? I mean, sure, everybody judges somebody or whatever, but no, I have to know you as a person before I can judge you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to... It's how you treat me. You know what I mean? That's how I'm going to judge you. So... I can't sit here and say, well, they do porn, so automatically they're this, that. No, I can't do like society does with everybody. I can't do it. Because to me, there's good...
It's more like you, Cal, because I'm telling you, the judgments from people... And it's funny, because, it's those very people that are sitting there, downloading it for free.
Right, and whacking off every day. Yeah!
It's a natural, normal thing. I mean, none of us would be here if people weren't having sex. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, and true enough, I mean, not everybody posted on social media or online for everybody to see, but... it's not like it's so taboo. I mean, I know couples that are making pictures of them, having sex and stuff for years and years and years. Okay, so they choose not to post it.
Right.
Don't judge those who are confident enough to do so.
And they've been making home films of themselves or whatever for years, or...
It's a turn on and it's a kink, and the thing is, they got that by watching porn. And so, the thing for me is that it is a job. It's work. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love doing it. It's amazing. But, you know, it's still, it's work. There's effort. There's preparation. You have to do things in order to you know, make it look good and realistic. So, I don't know. For me, you know, I know people. I mean, I live in a small town, and once again, know what I do, I'm sure there's going to be a significant amount of judgment. And the bottom line for me is, hey, you know what? I don't discuss my sex life with you on an everyday basis. Why would I discuss what it is that you could do this way? You know, like, no, it's not your business.
Right. Absolutely. Now, Thor, how did you? Well, like, how long have you been doing this?
I've been doing this in front of the camera for like 5 years now.
Oh wow! So you've been doing this for a minute, like, kind of, sort of.
Yeah. The story behind that is 5 years ago. It was right after the recession, and I got a job working for the oil field because it was like the only jobs that were hiring. And I was working for Halliburton, which is like the biggest oil company in the world. And I hated my job. You know, I made a lot of money, but I hated it. And I was driving a semi-truck up to North Dakota. And I hadn't seen my girlfriend for a few days, and I was horny. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to jerk off as I'm driving this semi-truck and record it. So...
I'm sure your boss is loving this.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I put that on, this is when the tube sites, the tube sites had been out for about 2, maybe 3 years now. So they were like really starting to get some recognition. So I uploaded it on the internet, and I didn't think nothing of it, you know. And like I went on my week off, and then on my week back, they called me into the office, and they sat me down, you know, and there was like the head HR from Colorado, and every boss and person was in the room, and it was a serious deal, and I had no fucking clue why I was in there.
Oh, shit. So oh, no.
They all saw it. Somebody saw it and
shit.
had reported it. And I lost my job because of it. And the weird thing is, like, they didn't care that I was operating their semi-truck as I was jerking off. They didn't care about that. What they cared about, that I had the work shirt on that had the company name on it.
Oh, the company name on it.
Yeah. To me, that's weird, you know, the, like, $3 million truck. It's like,
well,
you know,
who
that's
cares
no big
if you
deal.
crash our truck while you're jerking off?
Yeah. So,
Oh my God.
I lost my job. And then,
I have ever freaking heard.
Oh my! Wow. And it would be a corporate company to do something like that. Like, think of it. You know, all they care about is their name. Like, who cares if you wreck the truck? We can, you know, like.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
They didn't care nothing about that. Just the name, Halliburton.
It's not funny, but it is. Oh my goodness. Sorry you lost your job, but, you know.
No. I hated that job, you know. And I was making good money. I was making $65,000 to $70,000 a year.
Wow.
And so as soon as I got fired, I went home, and I was like, how many views does this fucking video have? You know, and this was like 5 years ago. And in 1 week, it hit 70,000 views, and that was like unheard of back then.
Wow.
To this day, it's still kind of high. It's not like incredible, but it was unheard of back then. So it went viral. So, like, everybody in the fucking internet has seen this goddamn video, and it's been downloaded and reposted on every tube site. Like, if you get on Google and you type in, like, trucker jerking or something like that, you're going to see it me. I'm going to pop up on there.
Now, you know, I have to go see this video. You know what I mean?
What I'm going to do as soon as I hang up the phone, I'm just...
I know, that's what I was just saying. I'm writing this down so I can definitely go see it later.
Yeah.
I'm checking this.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love it. Oh, that is a crazy ass story.
That is one I will not forget.
Mm-hmm.
That is so crazy.
I looked at it and I was like, 70,000 views. You know, I was making $70,000 a year. So I told myself, if I could have got paid $1 for every view, I would have made in 1 week what I slave away to make in a year.
In a year. I was just going to say, in a year, yep.
And the pay doesn't equal out to that, you know. But maybe someday it will. But it's been a slow ride, and in the first 2 years, I did a lot of jerk-off videos and custom jerk-off videos for a lot of my gay fans, because that's who was watching it.
And a lot of men have a problem with that, don't they?
Yeah, and that's the thing. All the male models who are successful in this industry, that's who they cater to. But they don't want to admit to the other guys. That's what they do.
Yeah, so, I've noticed that because, like, doing this now, I get men that ask, well, Kels, how can I? I'm like, I have no idea. But if that's something you really want to do, start researching it. To me, it sounds like it's just like the music thing. And, I've been doing that for years. I said, from what I gather the last year of interviewing, it's just like the music thing. I said, but the one thing I do notice with all you men that ask me about it is you are very homophobic. I'm like, you can't be like that. I said, nobody's saying because you're catering to these men that you're gay. Nobody's, what I mean? Nobody's saying, but think about it. A lot of women aren't really going to call. You know what I'm saying? You will probably... you'll probably have women to call, but I said you'll probably have more men call. You know what I'm saying? Or closet people that will call than, or men that are, maybe fantasizing about other men that don't want to tell anybody yet. I said, things like that, I would think, but you guys get so freaked out about it. I said, I can understand it freaking you out, but it doesn't mean you have to just kind of like, don't think about it. Don't think about who you're doing it for. Think of the dollars. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. To be in this industry, you can't be completely straight. It just doesn't exist. Because even if you do like a maybe say you're going to do like a double vaginal scene. I mean, your dick's touching another guy's dick. Or you're doing a threesome. Like, it kind of weirded me out the first couple of threesomes I did with another guy because I had never experienced that. And all of a sudden, there was another guy's dick, like, right next to me, And it was a little weird at first. But I realized, like, that's just how it is. It's more like, it's kind of how, you have to look at it like how Europe looks at it. It's just like, like kind of like free love and like, it's not a big deal to be naked next to another guy or be somewhat sexually interactive with another guy because it's not really that weird.
No, it's not. It only is weird as you make it weird, right? Like, but I know some of the girls that are like that too. They're like, yeah, I'm not really into other girls, but because that's what fans want, we'll kind of do that. And so most of the time you don't know because you have to act it, right? But it does make it a whole lot better when you actually legit are into the opposite sex because it just makes it hotter. But it's again, it's acting. It's part of the fantasy. It's not necessarily your fantasy, but it's part of somebody's fantasy. If they're willing to pay for it, do it.
Yeah, and that's another thing I looked at. Like, I know all these women in porn. They're not all lesbians. They're not all bi. But they're all doing it, So it's like, if they could do it, whatever. I could do it too. So. Yeah.
Well, y'all, we have 255 people listening. So that's not bad at this time. Like, you know what I mean? I think 255 people are good. And they're from all over, though. United States, Germany, France. France and Germany are always with us. So I always shout out to them because I think they're like our favorites. I mean, they're even in my group on Facebook. Like,
they do love the podcast stuff. They love it.
Yeah, and they just, I don't know. Like, I mean, we're pushing for this show to get on iHeart because my regular radio, my music side of it is on iHeart. So I think we just have to get to so many, Alexis, and then they'll push us through too. So
I'm good with that.
Yeah, me too. And I don't know if we'll be allowed to be on Spotify, but I'm gonna check into it. But I know there's other shows like us on iHeart, so we'll be good for that.
Yeah, never as cool as that. We're pretty awesome.
Yeah. And we picked up Italy somehow, which usually Italy don't tune in for this show, so that's pretty cool. So shout out to Italy. Yeah, it must have been Thor with the Italian comments. That's what it was. They heard him. Somebody heard him and said, "Hey."
Yeah, turn them in. They're talking about the Italian guy in the one porn magazine from the 90s.
Yeah, I know who that guy is.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Do you have any other big projects or anything coming up, Thor, that we should be keeping an eye out for?
I mean, there's going to be the BBW Bash at the end of this month, so that's going to be huge. You know, I've been hit up quite a lot of models and stuff to want to shoot trade, and Fetish Con is coming up beginning of August, and that's in Florida. So that's always one of my favorite events to go to.
Now, what is that?
But other than that, like, I just got a bunch of stuff that I'm releasing. You know, I just got done with a 3-month road trip. I brought a girl with me, and we've just fucked everywhere, and we recorded it, and, you know, now it's being released and stuff. Now that I have time to edit it and all that, so it's being released throughout the next 2 months.
Nice.
Right.
Nice.
Now, what's this fetish whatever in Florida?
Oh, it's Fetish Con. It's kind of like a small AVN produced by, it's put on by Clips for Sale. So anybody who has a Clips for Sale account probably should attend, just because you can actually meet, like, the people running the Clips for Sale. They have a food banquet, a banquet that you can get free tickets to eat, and I did that last year, and they have, like, amazing food. And they have a red carpet where they hand out the Clips for Sale awards at the end of the event.
Oh, okay.
And they have a bunch of vendors and stuff during the week that sell, like, latex and whips, and, you know, it brings a lot of the fetish people from Florida, which there's a fucking horde of them down there, and it's really great for networking with other models.
I'm realizing that Florida is a big porn place.
Yeah, it's huge. And, like, the BDSM scene down there is even bigger.
Oh,
it's
really?
insane. Oh, everybody's into some kind of weird BDSM thing down in Florida. It's massive down there.
Yeah, see, I noticed, like, Vegas was the biggest place when I first started, and then I realized, like, a lot of the people that I interviewed were from Florida, too. So I was like, God, between Vegas and Florida, you know, Lex, you're pretty, like, the only one that's, like, way out in Canada. You need to just move to the States. You just, you know.
I know.
Like, you just need to
I got
move.
nothing going on out here. Nothing. I just tried to get you guys all to come to Canada. This is my plan. It's gonna come here. But
I know.
I go down to Vegas. I'll be down to Vegas again at the end of the month. So I keep going down there. And then I'm hoping to actually get out to Florida sometime in October. So we'll see what we can do there. Never know.
Florida in October? Maybe I'll have to meet you down there.
Are you based out of Atlanta, or where are you?
I'm in the Carolinas.
Oh, I used to live in Carolina, North Carolina.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. I was in Myrtle Beach. And then I moved towards, like, Wilmington.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, I was just in North Carolina, like, last month. Well, not last month, but the month before last.
Did you love it growing up here?
Well, I grew up in Utah, but I lived out there for 3 years, and honestly, I didn't like North Carolina. I liked the beach there.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of really close-minded people, and it was very, like, very hit and miss with the people. It was hard to find normal people there, if you know what I mean.
Well, see, I'm originally from Boston.
Okay, yeah, because you have a heavy accent.
Yeah, so that's why it's so hard for me. I've been down here for quite a while, but I still haven't adjusted. I mean, I've adjusted somewhat, but not. It's not going to be home for me. I'm basically here to help Mom, but I've already told her that she's going to have to either leave with us or she's going to be behind, because I can't. My kids, they can do what they want, because I'm just like, I can't deal with it here. I'm miserable. I'm miserable.
I don't blame you. Yeah, no, it's like living in the 1990s in North Carolina. It's weird.
Even farther back, I think. Like, it's just, yeah, like you said, it's so hard to find normal people here.
Mm-hmm. It is. I don't know. I don't know how else to explain it. It's the South. It's different.
I was trying to tell Alexa one day, it's like you walk through time warps or something. And
exactly.
Yeah, you're like, exactly. What the hell? Like, you're just like, I'm telling you, I can't stay here. Like, the beach is nice or whatever, but I mean, I miss up north, and then I want to just go other places. I thought of Florida. I thought of Cali. Thought of Canada, actually. I was just
going to say, Canada's great. It's beautiful.
I thought of it.
Anytime, check it out. I love that. So, you too, Thor. Come on out.
I've been thinking about living in a place like real mountainous, and because I want to get back to the whole like lumberjack type stuff.
I was just gonna say the whole lumberjack thing. They have ice hotels in Canada, but that still doesn't do lumberjack.
You want to see lumberjack, you come to BC. There's nothing but forest and woods all around me. Everybody I knew and everybody I grew up with were, worked in the woods, worked in the forest. So you want lumberjack? Come up and see me. We'll hook you up.
And I know there's a part of Canada that up north Boston buys all their Christmas trees from. So see, you could do lumberjack and Christmas trees, and you could do a Santa Claus kind of porn thing type thing.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's awesome. There we go. Wintertime, we're bringing you up.
Yeah, and Alexa, you could be an elf or something,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So what do you have for goals for we'll say the end of this year, the rest of this year?
For business-wise?
Yeah, you're going to do this thing that you just did in the last 3 months. You're going to get that together, right?
Yeah, that's already being released and everything. My next big goal that I really want to focus on is, you know what a Queen of Spades is, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I want to start a website that's reversed. It's called The King of Spades, and it's a white guy, and all he does is like interracial videos with black women. Big black women, little black women, light skin, dark skin, it's all just interracial. Because that's not really focused on, especially for the BBW black women. You never see a lot of like white guys with those girls, and I don't understand why.
I think that would be pretty awesome.
And there's a big fan base for it. And I love black women. I absolutely love them. They're beautiful. They're gorgeous. And especially if they have, like, huge butts. That's one of the only things I liked about living in North Carolina was I could just go to Walmart and walk around.
Yeah, they have the butts.
Look at all the big, beautiful butts at Walmart. That's what I would do in my free time. So
they do have the butts.
Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm wanting to do. Kind of like I really want to get to the point where I can bring some other white guys in, but they have to be a very specific look. I don't want a bunch of, like, skinny white guys.
Like those, yeah.
Yeah, I want, like, manly guys.
Yeah.
And,
men, yeah. Ones that can handle that big ass. That's what you need.
I was just going to say, ones that can handle a big ass.
That's right, yeah. I don't want some skinny, tall, maybe he's got a big dick or anything, but...
Like a crack-headed looking guy. You don't want that.
No. So, yeah, some macho guys,
Yeah,
but
like,
they have to have just a long dick. They have to have, like, a really fat dick, too. Like, a big dick. You want to be impressed when you see the guy pull out this big white dick.
You'd be like, damn, he got a dick.
Yeah. And, like, I know from, like, my point of view... my fan base, they're all like gay bears and stuff. So that's who's going to be paying to watch this. Because I get hit up by these guys a lot, and they're like, "Oh, you should do more videos with black girls, more videos with black girls." So they really love to see like the interracial, the contrast with the skin. So I mean, that's going to be the market. That's who you're going to be marketing to is those guys. So you're going to want a bunch of big burly, like muscular guys, who are manly men. And get some of those guys, and then get it to the quality. I want it to be like the website blacked, but just reversed,
Right.
So just really gorgeous black girls with like these big beefy white guys. And, a lot of it is just one-on-one, but every now and then it's like reverse gangbang, like a bunch of white guys on a black girl. And I don't know. Because it's also hard. I've been told by a lot of, from the black girls I have worked with, it's hard to find white guys to work with them or white companies that will shoot them.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because they all want the California blonde is what these porn companies want. So I'm like, that's not fair. Because black women are gorgeous. Bring them all in. We'll shoot all of them. I don't care. Big girls, little girls, tall girls, short girls.
It don't matter.
Especially the big ones.
It's nice to hear that you're getting that too. That people are wanting you to be shooting with black girls, because of course us white girls is all they ever, especially as BBW girls. I know for me personally, I don't know about all of them, but I'm telling you, from the second that I got on scene, it was like, when are you going to be with black guys? When are you going to be with black guys? And it's never enough. It's never enough.
Yeah.
I'm like, guys, and of course now they're like, oh, she's going to be the queen of spades. I'm like, no. Okay, I didn't say you're to do interracial. I'm definitely going to do it to give it to my fans, but and I actually use you for an example. I'm like, I work with Thor, and I'm going to work with him again, and hopefully again and again and again. And so it's not that I only like black dick. I like dick, period. I don't care if it's white, yellow, purple, or blue. Like, I don't care as long as it feels good. But I don't want to be now labeled into just going, oh no, you're just thinking now you're just going to be with black guys. Like, no. That's why I was really excited when you and I got to shoot together. I'm like, no, there you guys go. We're throwing it there for you. Mix it up a bit. So.
And girls get labeled really fast in this industry.
Mm-hmm.
It's not fair, but that's how it is. So they have to market itself very specifically. Guys can go around and do an entire rainbow of people, and it's like, oh, okay, whatever. But a girl, no, like she starts building up a fan base that only wants to see her with black, then it's like she's going to typecast herself unless she gets variety out there and makes it known that she's not a queen of spades or something.
Right.
I have no, like I said, I have no problems. I enjoy it all, but don't label me. Don't label me because I'm what do I want?
Nobody wants to be labeled.
Black guys, I'll have Hispanic guys, I'll have Italian guys, I'll have freaking girls. You name it, put it with me. I'm there.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah. Nobody wants to be typecast. That's not. That's not fun.
What am I saying? That just made me sound very. I'm just a whore. I like them all. I'm good with that. Give it all to me.
What about Asians? I don't see a lot of Asians.
Asian men or Asian women?
Both. I think I see more Asian women than I see Asian men, which I wouldn't really want to know. You.
Yeah. Well, the thing is,
it's hard to find Asian men in the industry in America. Yeah. It's really hard.
I wonder why.
Well, because they're normally not as well endowed as other.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Oh, you just learn something new every day. Learn something new every day. Really?
Really, yes, really. Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness.
There's a rare exceptions to everything. There's some black guys that have really small dicks, but there's not very many Asians that have really big dicks. So yeah, and the thing is we all know that in seeing your normal everyday life, it's not, size isn't necessarily a huge thing, but
those poor Asian women.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So there's reasons behind it, and that's another reason why it's such a big turn on for there's a big fan base for Asian women with black men, because everybody's like, well, these poor little Asian women are just getting a little Asian dick, so we're going to give her with the biggest black dick we can find her. So it just,
wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And then you try to get an Asian with a BBW, we know how that works out. That's just not going to work out.
Right.
It's not going to work out. Because you want to see stuff, and there's not a lot of stuff to see. So, yeah, it's, yeah.
Wow. I just learned something. I feel so special today, Alexa.
I try to put it gently.
Well, no, you good. You could have just said they got small dicks. It's all good. I was just curious because a lot of porn you say you really don't. Unless I just wasn't looking in the right places, I don't know. Not that I would be interested in it. I was just curious because, when you see it, you really don't, it's always either white men or black men. You don't really see, like, Asian, so I was just curious.
Or Middle Eastern. You don't see a lot of Middle Eastern men either, but that's a cultural thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of those guys have really big dicks.
Yeah, and too, like, Middle Eastern women, it's a cultural thing. They're not, it's very shunned upon for them to do such things. So
yeah, like a religious type thing. Yeah. I can see that. Wow, I learned something new today.
Like
So next time I go to a Chinese restaurant, you know what I'm going to be thinking, right? I'll be like, you got little dick. No.
I'm gonna die right now.
That's terrible.
Is there anybody that you like your top list, like somebody that you really, or a couple people you really want to work with but you haven't yet?
I mean, as soon as I get asked that, I always forget their names and stuff.
Yeah, no pressure.
Off the top of my head, you know.
Well, he just thinks of what they look like.
Yeah. I mean, off the top of my head, I don't know. Can't think of anything right now. I know I probably have a list written down somewhere.
I'm sure. Well, okay, here's another question then. Is there any scenes and things you have kind of that you want to do that you haven't done yet? Any fantasy scenes or any scenes that you're going, you know what, I really want to knock that off my bucket list?
Oh, yeah, I want to do a reverse gangbang with BBW girls.
Oh,
that's definitely one of them. Yeah, and then like a reverse bukkake with a bunch of girls who squirt.
Ooh, fun.
Yeah. Yeah. That would be, that's I always wanted to do that. So, yeah, that would be cool.
That would be cool. I'm out on that one, but I might jump in on the other one.
We'll get the girls together and we'll do it. I've always wanted to do that. I thought that'd be awesome.
That would be fun, actually. That would be a lot of fun. A whole lot of fun. Now you got me thinking. Okay, then. I'm already, it's going to my mind. I'm like, yeah, there won't be much left of you, but that's okay. That's okay. I think you'd be happy with that.
Yeah.
I know you can handle two very, very well, so I'm thinking that you'd be well equipped to handle more than that. Do you have a number in there? Like 4, 5, 6?
I mean, probably like 6. I would think something like that. Because like in the the gangbang thing, you always want more than 4 for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to watch. There was this guy that filmed somewhere in Germany or something like. I'm not sure where it was filmed, but this guy, all he did was reverse gangbangs, and.
All right, wait, guys, you gotta slow down. Remember, you two working point. What is a reverse gangbang? I'm sitting here like, wait a minute, hold up. Like, okay, I got the gangbang thing.
Something else right now.
Right. I'll be the school person. Okay. Now what? Wait, I'm confused here. What the hell? What's the? I'm sitting here. Okay, I watch porn. What? Okay, I got the gangbang thing. Now what the hell is the reverse gangbang?
Explain this one to her.
It's with, a traditional gangbang is a girl getting fucked by a whole bunch of dudes, right?
Okay.
So a reverse gangbang is
a
a
guy getting, okay, all right, that was simple.
Fucking a whole bunch of girls.
So it's guy, wait a minute, so it's one guy fucking a whole bunch of girls.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so instead of a whole bunch of girls, I got it, that was simple. Okay. Okay, I kind of figured that's what it was, but I just wanted to make sure. So it's so you would have to last throughout all those girls, basically.
Well, I mean, lasting isn't a problem.
Okay.
It's you gotta try to finish. But I used to watch this guy. His name was Seymour Butts.
Oh, I love Seymour Butts.
And all he did in Europe was he just did reverse gangbangs, and like they were Russian women or something. They were the most gorgeous women you ever seen in your entire life, and he would fuck like 15 of them in one go. It was just insane. And then like some scenes he would have a couple other guys with him, but a lot of it was just him. His name was Seymour Butts, like the gag name.
Love him.
Yeah.
Yep.
Damn.
Very familiar with that. Yep. Yeah, it's hot. It's actually fun to watch. It's something totally different.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah, I would watch it just because it's different, but that's crazy.
But the cool thing about the reverse gangbangs is like when you watch a gangbang, the one girl, she's just getting railed. I mean, she, got every hole filled, and that part of it's great. And it's a huge turnoff. But, you know, with the reverse, because there's really only one guy, I mean, there's only so much you can do. So it's like, you know, instead, like, unlike the guys who just all stand around and watch and wait for their turn, we'll just all take care of each other in time. So it's like a girl-on-girl orgy mixed in with, like, one guy in there who just gets the benefit from it all. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's cool to watch because you get to see a different girl after a different girl after a different girl, and you don't have to change the video. So that's the really cool aspect of watching it, you know, because, like, when you watch porn, you're like, oh, okay, she's hot, but I want something a little different. Well, in that video, it's just like different girl, different girl, different girl, different girl. So, yeah, it's different. But I can see why they don't do it that much. Because, I mean, it's cool, but it's not something I would want to watch every single day, you know?
Right.
Yeah, but that's always been a big porn goal of mine, is to do one of those.
Huh. Alrighty then. Mental note taken. Yep. Wow. I'm trying to think of all these other questions because now I got this, like, images going through my head and I'm, like, totally lost.
She's thinking, like, okay, that's this one down. Now let me think.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I got one for you, Thor. How many times a week do you hear from dudes going, how do I get in the industry? And what do you tell them?
I don't actually get asked that very often. Probably once a month, maybe. I bet, yeah. But usually the messages I get is from gay guys asking me to fuck them or something. So that's mostly what I get. I don't really. A lot of those guys don't want to be in the industry. So you deal with a lot of straight guys. That their fantasy, they're talking to a porn star, and their fantasy is that they want to get into the industry so they can fuck women like you all day long. But these guys they just want to cheat around with their boyfriend or something that talk to me, or husband, or whoever they're with, you know.
Oh, wow.
What do I tell them? If they're, like, really serious, which most of them aren't, you know, I pretty much tell them to do kind of what I did. I say, start a Twitter, you know, start doing a lot of jerk-off videos and put them online and get some fillers. And don't be afraid of having a gay fan base, because that's who's going to pay your bills as a male model. It's not going to get paid by anybody else. Unless you're, like, super top and then you can work for a company every day, but that's hardly going to happen for most guys, you know?
Yeah, I think that's my next goal in this move. You know, I've been sitting back and I've made a lot of connects, and I think I might manage, like, I might try to upbring a man or a female in the porn industry. I'm not sure yet.
You should. It's fun.
Yeah, it seems like it would be a lot of fun, and just like, and I mean, I have the marketing and promotions behind me, and I mean, looking at the interviews in the music industry, it's kind of like the same, honestly. It really is, and it's that grind and that hustle and that keep going after your dream. You know what I'm saying? And just keep going and going. And I mean, of course, it's different.
You have to stay relevant. You have to stay on top of it. You have to know the ins and outs. You know, and it's a learning curve. And the thing is, it's probably much like the music industry. And I'm sure, you know, maybe Thor could back me up on this. I mean, not everybody's got your best interests.
No, exactly. It seems like it's
to share their experiences or share how
right.
So, and I, you know, I've been incredibly lucky, but not everybody is. That, you know, where you get good advice and they're like, hey, you know, you got to watch out for these things, right? So
exactly, and some of them seem, like you said, very helpful, and some of them seem like they could be snakes. But then there's what's her name? She loves me. She still wants to hook up and talk. Oh, what's her name? She's the one that actually started me in all this. Matter of fact, I saw a picture of you and her, and y'all look great. I can't remember. She's been doing this for years. God, she's a redhead.
She's a redhead?
Mm-hmm. Look, now I sound like Thor. I can't remember the names, but I got a mental image of her. Oh my goodness, what is her name? Sammy. Wait, is it Sammy?
Oh, Sammy?
Yeah.
Oh, I love Sammy. Oh, she's not a redhead because I just did a picture with her last week, baby. She's like a purple and blue
It's
hair,
purplish brown. Yeah, it's different. But when I met her, she had a red hair, and
Yeah, no, Sammy is incredible, amazing.
she loves me.
A true doll.
Yep. She sends me a hey every now and then and asks if I'm still doing, how I'm doing. And she said we should hang out one day. She's like, I forgot what she told me. I had a kindred soul and all that stuff. She's like, wow, she's got an awesome personality.
Yeah, no, and you know what, you totally do, and I agree with her, and you would love her. I got to spend 4 days with her when I was in Vegas at a house, and she genuinely one of the most sweetest, most endearing people I've ever met. So, one of those type of people that, like, I actually said to her, you know, when I left, I said I felt like with the group that was there, you know, I felt like I made lifelong friends. And that's legit. They are incredible. All of them are incredible people. So that's one thing about this industry, Thor, and I'm sure you agree, is, so, you know, you can meet some of the most amazing people in this industry, and I love it because they're like-minded, you know, and you don't have to feel ashamed or it's like a taboo, and you can speak things and say things that you can't just say to your vanilla friends, you know, and for me, that is so refreshing. You know, it's such a nice way of just being.
And she's like a legend. And I have also we have Dan Dapper coming up, I think next week or the week after.
Who?
Dapper Dan.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I said it backwards, didn't I, Thor? You caught that.
I don't know. I just never heard of him, but
you've never heard of him?
Dan.
Dapper Dan. I think he was he's pretty much a legend from what I was told. He kind of like started porn way back in the day. Like, he's an older gent.
Dapper Dan. Let me look him up.
Everybody loves Rodney Moore.
Yeah, kind of like that. Like, he was like a legend from what I've told. He's like a OG in the porn industry.
And we got to get like a legend on here, like Shane Diesel. There's a legend.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh. Well, I don't know about. I'm not too thrilled about Shane Diesel though. I was so excited when 50 Cent was on Power. I was like, I'm all addicted into Power now. That's like my new miniseries I'm watching.
Oh, yes, I haven't seen it yet.
I don't even watch TV, so for me to watch...
We need more questions for this next winter.
I know, because we have 10 minutes left. So, Thor, what is you probably don't even have a fantasy anymore, do you?
Oh, yeah, I mean, I've got tons of fantasy. Yeah.
Oh, Lord. All right, what's one of your fantasies left to conquer?
I really love African women, like, a lot. And I dated a girl from Sudan once when I was working on the oil field. So,
I love this. I love that about you. You have to find yourself an African woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll all have to go on like a trip somewhere and do like this whole African. Like, I'm serious. Like, I think that's so cool because like one of my best friends, she likes white men too. She loves white men, and she's black, and I love it. I like you said, the whole. You know, it's just, I love it. She gets along better with white men than she does with black men. I don't know. It was a shock for me because I'm not used to my black girlfriends liking white men. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't, a lot of white men I don't get along with. So, it's the total opposite. I don't because, like, yeah. But it's just crazy. So it was, like, kind of wild for me, you know? And it's so funny that we're close and we're totally opposite. So it's so wild. So, okay, and your fantasy with this African woman is?
I guess just meeting an African woman in like some kind of specific setting, and just go from there. Because I've been to like Thailand, I've been to the Philippines and stuff, so I've had those experiences. But I've never really traveled like Africa or been to any other countries that have like a large percentage of African women. So I really would just love to just meet an African girl and experience all the similar wild sex I've had with other races.
I like it. I'm signing up for that. I want to see that one.
I was just going to say, I wonder if you could sign up for some type of, I just watched this video the other day, and it was a couple of people, they went over there and they were helping like the children and the
Oh
people.
yeah, like the Peace Corps type
Yeah, like some
situation.
type of thing, but this was like a it was actually it was to teach them how to do plant life, like how to stop eating meat and stuff like that because it wasn't healthy. I guess for their culture, they ate too much meat and it was causing like all these heart problems and stuff in their kind of environment. So it
Yeah,
was getting them into more, you know what I mean? So it was kind of like a nutritionalist type thing. But it was so cool because it was people from over here and they were explaining to them why their meat and all this stuff. So it was kind of, it was wild. And they were talking like this African language and stuff from the wherever they were. But it was kind of, like, I even thought about it. I was like, well, I would like to go over there for a week. It was beautiful, you know? It was just like they were doing, and then like, it, you know, it showed them celebrating and doing all these dances and stuff. It was like real pretty.
yeah, yeah. I always wanted to meet like a girl in a tribe or something, African tribe, and I don't know, just be like like total National Geographic type. Yeah.
You'll probably find like the cheese freaking daughter. You'll be like, yeah, I want that one. You'll be like, yeah, that one.
Yeah, then he comes back with being ended up endowed like a Chinese man. No.
Nothing left. Yeah, but it would be fun. Actually, that would be a really fun game to do. Like act that out. That would be really hot. I'm looking forward to it. I got to have a little fun with her when I was down there. We got to do a threesome together with Alexis Allure, and she was just beautiful. So I had a good time with the two of them, and yeah, it was definitely fun. I look forward to doing it again. Or
Yeah, it was amazing. Yeah, I love working with both you girls, and Alexis is just gorgeous, and she's down for anything. She was actually telling me the other day. She was like, we should go on some kind of like I don't know, all inclusive paid trip to like, because I went to Dominican Republic and I filmed with a girl there once when I was on an inclusive trip, and so she was like, yeah, we should do that and like just film some porn in some other countries and stuff because she hasn't had that experience yet. So
that would be.
I think that'd be a lot of fun.
That would be a whole lot of fun. Yes, you haven't done that either. My porn experiences have gone as Vegas and Seattle and Atlanta and Miami, and that's pretty much it. It's all in the States. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we need to take you down to like Jamaica or something like that and film a really good gangbang or something. They have those what are those? They're the hedonist parties or something like that where everybody just go down and they just fuck everybody. That would be a lot of fun. It's always in Jamaica for some reason.
Jamaica.
Jamaica, I don't know, man. I've hard enough time to somebody. I don't know if I can think of anything. I just don't think I can do that many. But hey, you know, you gotta have goals, right? Gotta have some goals.
Very tropical and it's very beautiful down there from what I'm told. I've never been to Jamaica. I've been to a lot of other places, but haven't been there.
Yeah, it is beautiful. I haven't been either. I want to go someday, but I don't want to go and do all that. But I mean, with all that.
I love what you said. I don't want to do all that. We'll leave that up to you other people, not me. You'll watch.
Yeah, I'll go and be the interviewer or whatever and help y'all set up. But you know, we'll do a meet and greet for your fans or whatever. But
there you go. That would be awesome. That's so funny. You're damn funny. Well, we'll see.
All right. Well, I guess we're gonna wrap it up since it's about that time. Do you want to tell everybody, Thor, your social media?
Okay, yeah, you can follow me on Twitter at Thor Johnson XXX, and I'm trying to really build up my Instagram right now, and that is Thor Johnson .x.x.x. So I get a lot of traffic to my website from there. And my website is www.thorjohnson.xxx.
And go visit that website, y'all. And ladies, go visit it. I'll put it on send it to my inbox so I can put it in the group that's closed on Facebook too, because then they can't take it down on me.
Oh, you want me to send it to you on Twitter?
On Twitter,
or what?
yeah, and I can put the link in Facebook. I have a group that's closed that it's building up really, really good. I think it's almost at 1,000 now. I just started
Okay.
it not too long ago because every time I was putting the porn stuff on my regular page, they would
Yeah.
take it down. So
I get blocked all the time on Facebook. It's
yeah.
insane.
Well, when I started the group and I named it, what happened was I told you, these Germany and France people, they followed me, and they actually got me to start the group, because then I figured if I made it closed, it was just those people that wanted to go into the group, and I've got people from Germany and France in there, so that's how I knew they were really following.
Yeah.
So that's where I
you
put.
got to be careful too with your Instagram. Hey Thor, did you? I don't know if you've seen it today, but I posted a thing on Twitter in regards to hashtags and such. Did you see that?
Regards to what?
Hashtags, and then because I'm being shadow banned again.
Oh yeah.
I know.
Yeah. On hashtags and stuff. I don't hashtag that much anymore.
Well, they're
Because-
also being really picky.
Yeah, well, I'm shadow banned on Twitter also. So if I hashtag stuff on Twitter, nobody sees it unless they follow me.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I don't hashtag anything on Twitter, but on Instagram I had a bunch, and then I sent a thing out today saying I'm pissed I am, because I have been shadow banned for, I don't know, a couple of months, and then I was not shadow banned for like the week that I was in Vegas. And I hit like in just a few days I was like up 3,000 followers, and I'm like, sweet, this is great, and then boom, all of a sudden I get shadow banned again, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? And my pictures aren't inappropriate, so I'm like, what's going on? And then I had a fan today that sent me a link, and you can find it on my Twitter page, because I posted it there, that basically walks you through the banned hashtags. There's a list of them, and then a way to show you, and there's a way of checking Instagram by searching to see if that hashtag has been banned or not. And they change all the time. But funny thing is Curvy Girl, and BBW are all all banned.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So it's ridiculous that they're horrible when it comes to that. But you can't post sexy. You can't post there's so many of them that you can't use. If you do, they will their bots will shadow ban your account, and if you have too many of them, they will delete your account.
That is so crazy.
Yeah.
I've had my account deleted on Instagram before, and that sucked big time. So I've been trying to catch up since. But anything to do with my industry, my porn industry, I don't hashtag anything on it, because I don't know if I have a lot of haters or if it's just automatically like seeing it or something. But anytime I hashtag stuff with the adult industry, people will report it. I had a picture on Instagram of Lila Lovely sucking on my nipple, because I did a screenshot from the video, and it didn't show anything, nothing naked. I mean, it was like you couldn't see anything from my chest down, and somebody reported it and had it taken down.
Wow, that's crazy.
So ridiculous. Yeah, no, I posted a picture, and it was up for within seconds, and it was taken down. I'm like, okay, so I'm looking at it, and it's hard for for me or for other girls not to think that it's a fat shaming thing. There's a picture I had posted, a picture of me. It was from the back. There was a picture of my ass. I had underwear on. You could clearly see that you could not see anything, and it was immediately removed. And I'm like, okay, hold on half a second. I'm going to go into my Instagram. I'm going to go find 5 pictures within 3 seconds of girls that are showing considerably more than that, and they're all still up. It's ridiculous how bad it's gotten. Facebook and Instagram has gotten with it. I mean, if a guy can't even show somebody licking his nipple, or what now? Guys can't show their nipples either. Like, it's getting ridiculous. So, yeah, it's definitely frustrating. Like, Crystal McBooty she's absolutely stunning. If you guys don't follow her, you should. A week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, she had 571,000 followers.
Wow.
Girl was ridiculously popular. Did not post. She's not even in the porn industry. She's just a curvy, gorgeous model. She did not post anything that was inappropriate that I've ever seen on there, and they deleted her account. 571,000 members or followers, and they deleted her account.
That's
Wow.
crazy.
That's devastating to people when they built it up that high, right? So, hell, I'm happy with my like 26,000 or whatever I'm at right now. I'm like, shit, it would be like 3 times that much if they stopped shadow banning my ass, but I guess they just don't. So,
That's
Yeah.
I got
crazy.
haters. What can I say? I mean, whatever. But yeah, just kind of just a word out to those who are listening that yeah, there is on my Twitter page there is a link to this site that basically teaches you how to look to see what hashtags are banned and the list of the ones that are basically permanently banned. So that way you don't get your account deleted. So
Right.
Is there a way to get it unshadow banned on Instagram, or no?
what's that? Sorry.
Is there a way to unshadow ban my Instagram account?
Yeah, if you actually go on and you Google shadow ban, there are actually, I had to do this myself, there are